A shocking and daring crime which shocked Singapore in 1978, and the victim this time was a police national serviceman. It started when Ong Wee Kwan, a secret society's gangster from SKT Secret Societies, wanted to go on a robbery spree. Ong is a school dropout since he was 12. He was also previously been placed under police supervision in 1974 for gang-related activities and had been jailed for 2 years for consorting with another police supervisor, and after his release in 1975, he also had to be supervised by the police for another year. But this does not change him, and he committed another robbery. He had also been sent to the Drug Rehabilitation Center for 6 months. Ong decided to plan to commit a series of robbery after his released from the prison, but however, he can't work alone, therefore he find 2 of his childhood friends, Ong Chin Hock and Yeo Ching Boon. Just like Wee Kwan, they are also 20 years old and were school dropout during their 10 years of education. Okay. Let's get back to the story. The trio gathered at a playground in Geylang Bahru on the April 21st in 1978 and started to plot their robbery plan. The plot was led by Wee Kwan. Well, when he told the 2 about his plan, the 2 did not protest or rejected to be involved. Even when Wee Kwan suggested getting a real gun for their robbery. That is when Yeo suggests that they can go to Police Reserve Unit 1 base to steal from Sentry. The unit is also where Yeo was attached to during his national service. On the April 24, 1978, the trio started to execute their plan. They first went into a pawn shop in the evening to pawn a watch which is pre-owned by Chin Hock, and they went into a shop at 9 p.m. to buy 2 kitchen knives and some items to be used for the robbery. At 11:45 p.m., the trio went to Geylang Bahru to have some supper, but what they didn't know is, this supper is their last supper as a free person. While the trio is looking for a transport to get to the police unit, Yeo made a last-minute suggestion, which is to rob a taxi driver off his valuables and his vehicle. They flagged down a yellow-top taxi which was driven by Mr. Chu. Mr. Chu was instructed to stop near the rear gate of the police unit. The trio then took out nylon rope and tied Mr. Chu. He was also ordered to get out of the taxi. Mr. Chu struggled and break free. He attempted to get help, but unfortunately, he was quickly subdued by the trio. He was then stabbed into his stomach and was thrown into a drain, but he survived. Seeing that he survived and climbing out of the drain, 2 of the attackers uses a knife and an ice pick to stab repeatedly, which causes him to fall back into the drain. Mr. Chu received another stabbings after the trio saw him attempted to climb out of the drain. And the stabs this time is fatal. The trio then gets back into the taxi. Chin Hock took the wheels and drove to the main gate of the unit. It was around 2 a.m. when they arrived at the main gate. Yeo ran towards the main gate and showed his police warrant card to one of the police national servicemen, Mr. Lee Kim Lai, who attended to Yeo's request at that time, and he was only 18 years old. That was also his first sentry duty. Lying to him that both Wee Kwan and him are from the police unit and request for help to carry Wee Kwan, who was pretending to be drunk, back to his bunk. Mr. Lee left his post and followed Yeo to the taxi after believing him. Wee Kwan and Yeo grabbed Mr. Lee into the taxi and sped off. Mr. Lee were stabbed several times after the taxi had sped off, including in his upper body and neck. 2 of it were fatal. The taxi stopped along Geylang Bahru and Yeo started to search Mr. Lee for his revolver and all of his ammunition. The trio hid into a bushes and abandoned Mr. Lee's body and the taxi. Chin Hock went to Yeo's house to bring some clean clothes. The clothes, which was stained with blood, was later disposed in the bushes. They wanted to carry on with their plan, but justice caught up with them. They were questioned by a man who was also a police constable after seeing them behaving suspiciously. The taxi were later found by a police patrol car. Mr. Lee's lifeless body were found inside the taxi. The driver, Mr. Chu's body, were also found soon after. The trio were later convicted and all 3 were given the death sentence. They were all hanged on the February 24th in 1984. Thanks for watching. Please follow and don't forget to like and share.